The Cincinnati Bengals take on the Tennessee Titans in a game that hardly anyone will be watching. Welcome, everyone. I'm Andy from Wager Talk. But you know who is going to be watching? People that bet on the game, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to give out a pick on this game. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think of this game, and if there's any money to be made, props, sides, totals, just let me hear it. And if you don't have a hot take, just type the word fresh in the comment section. Any comment helps boost the algorithm, helps us rank a little bit higher. Let's Wager Talk know I'm doing a good job. Fresh and so clean. All right, let's take a look at the live odds page. This game opened at -4.5 here. It's up to -5. Not really a key number, obviously. The total does see some movement. 49 was the open. It's down to 46.5. South Point's down to 46. So I'll just be honest and tell you I like the Bengals in the -5. I'm from Indianapolis. I follow the AFC South closely, and this Tennessee team they're awful, man. They're really bad. There's a couple things of note from the Tennessee Titans. I'll just quickly, just some stats here. Passing yards per game. Tennessee is 182.8 yards. That's fourth worst. Only New England, Philly, and Chicago are worse. Who's number one? Cincy. Now, on the flip side, Cincinnati can't run the ball great, but neither can Tennessee. Cincinnati's averaging 92.3 yards rushing last 3 games. Tennessee's at 97.7. And add into the Will Levis is hurt. Now, I'm going to go over some stats here. And maybe Will Levis not playing would help Tennessee, but the coach said he's encouraged that Levis will play. All right, so Tennessee has 3 wins on the season. I don't think people realize that 2 of them are Mason Rudolph games. Will Levis threw 3 passes against Miami, and then Mason Rudolph threw for 85 yards. They won that game 31-12. And then the overtime win against New England, Will Levis didn't play. That was Mason Rudolph. So Will Levis has 1 win, and it was the game of his year where 32-27 against Houston. I'm going to throw that game out because the rest of his games just tell us a different story. Let's go through these Will Levis games. Loses by 7 to Chicago, loses by 7 to the Jets, loses by 16 to Green Bay. Then he's kind of out. He throws for 95 yards against the Colts in a game they lose by 3. And then recently loses by 10 to the Chargers, loses by 10 to the Vikings, has a Houston win, loses by, 23 points to Washington. And then that game last week against Jacksonville. Jacksonville is, here's a towel that's Jacksonville. Throwing in the towel in the season, and they lose 10-6 in a game that Will Levis got banged up, only threw for 168 yards. And to me, the Cincinnati team showed signs of life against Dallas. Is Dallas a great team with Cooper Rush? Of course not, but they fought. Joe Burrow threw for 1,000,000 yards. Jamar Chase looked good. Chase Brown looked good. That did not look like a team that has thrown in the towel. I think this Tennessee team and Will Levis is really, really bad. And, the Bengals, their defense has been horrific for a while, but they showed some signs of life. They hold Dallas to 20 points. And when you look at some of the stats, I thought Cooper Rush was going to have a huge game. He did not, only threw for 183 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. So Bengals made some adjustments. Let's face it, this Tennessee Titans offense is not that hard to scheme for and figure out. So the other thing is, when I look at the Bengals, the games they won, they're kind of covering by margin. They beat the Dallas by 7. They beat Las Vegas by 17. They beat Cleveland by 7. They beat the Giants by 10. They beat Carolina by 10. So when they win, they're winning by at least 7 points, and that this total is sitting here at -5. So I'm going to roll with the Bengals in this one. I really, really, truly believe that this Tennessee team is awful, and now that Will Levis is hurt. I mean, the only thing worse than a healthy Will Levis is a banged up Will Levis. So, all right, guys, 5% cross-sport parlay is up 51-32 the last 365 days. I know cross-sport parlays, they're kind of odd. They're not the most popular bets in the world, and that's why they win, because the books are not paying attention to these cross-sport parlays. We've shown that we can dominate on parlays. Every single year I've been at Wager Talk, we have turned a profit in parlays. Every single year. And we're 50, what was that? Was that 65%, something like that, over the last 365 days. It's not a small sample size. We cashed our 5% play last week, and we're going to do it again this week. This has been one of the best ways that I build my personal bankroll. If it works for me, it absolutely can and will work for you. So whenever we have these cross-sport parlays, this is our bread and butter. This is one of the things that we're really, really known for. When we first started doing them and releasing them on Wager Talk, people were a little wary of them. But 51-32 the last 365 days, that's a healthy winning percentage. So don't miss out on these 5% cross-sport parlays. When we put them up, go grab them. WT.buzz/AL. And we are still holding on strong to that number one spot last 2 years in profits won at Wager Talk. So you're looking for who's done it the best in the last 2 years. Look no further. I'm your guy. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Good luck on all your plays, and we'll see everyone later.